What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville Extra, honey. We got Mr. Funky Dineva, honey. Then dragged, honey, Miss Melody Cherie. Yes, drag male for filth, honey. I just wanted to get on here, guys, and address some of his complaints about Melody. Okay, he also mentioned in his video that people feel like he's attacking Melody and he doesn't like her because he's really cool with Marsau and Tisha. He says he doesn't have a dog in the Love and Marriage Huntsville fight, honey. So we go talk about that too. So let's get off into it. So first, Dineva touches on the fact that the mellow meters are crazy. Okay? We'll just put it ever so politely, honey. I have told you all for quite some time, I do feel that that fan base is out of control, because I know when I have spoken out about male on my channel, I noticed the responses that I got. People got overly critical of me. Who are you? You don't even make the type of money Melody makes. And, you know, she's working so much because she got to take care of her kids. And that's just who she is. And you need to get on your grind a little bit more. When I tell you guys, some of you all, you just overly defend male, and you are making everybody right about you when you overly defend what a person does. Okay? There's no need to do that. Some of you all leave negative comments in my videos. You don't see me responding to every comment on my YouTube channel. I don't do that. I try to let you all have your opinion. What I will not put up with is you all disrespecting me in the comments. I feel like it is so unnecessary, and that type of behavior will not be tolerated, and you will be blocked from the channel. I don't really do dissertations, or I don't do a lot of explaining when I feel disrespected. If I see it and I feel like it is way too out of line, you gotta go. Okay, I'm going to give you all a little bit of advice. And I've said it time and time again. Some of you all need to learn to be objective. Yes, there will be times you agree with Mel. I get it. I really do. Because there are times Ms. Robinson agrees with Mel, right? But there's something wrong with you if you agree with every little thing she do. You got a defense, you got a response. There is something off about you. Okay, I'm here to tell you. So do not do that. Stop getting in people's comments overly defending. Yeah, but Mel, and okay, let me say this also. If somebody asks you, for instance, in my video, I may say, well, guys, get in the comments and kind of explain to me this situation, because I may not have all the facts and I may need you all to answer. That's different, right? I may need you all and your opinion on certain situations, because, honey, Miss Robinson can't remember everything, you know, that these people do on this here show. So I may need some help from time to time. Okay, remind me on what happened with Mel and this person in this situation, and like that's different. And you get in the comments and you make your comment and you explain things. That's cool. That's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it when you guys feel the need to disrespect me and other YouTubers because we disagree with something that Mel may have said or did. I'll give you all an example. I think I did a video when I called out her behavior about bragging about how Martell still wants her. I do not think she should do that. It is not smart. It is less than smart. Melody needs to remember you are shooting a reality show. If you do not want this man, you need to act like it. Do not get to telling us how he still wants you, how he blew up your phone. You already told us that on several occasions. So it's not like you've never told us. We don't need to hear it anymore, because if we keep hearing stuff like that, it means that you are flattered by what this narcissistic man is saying. And it also means that you may report to the burning house. Okay, that's what a lot of people is going to take that as, guys. I like Melody the same way you all do, but I know how to be objective and be like, okay, I didn't agree with that. I also didn't agree with how she spoke to Destiny about the whole village thing. I'm not going to get off into that because, you know, we see Destiny is on some bullshiggity. But at that specific time, I just felt like, looking at the show with my objective eye, you don't speak to a friend like that. If we're honest and if we can keep each other honest, we all can admit to that, right? So I spoke out on that. People got in the comments, went crazy. Nah, but you don't understand it. Destiny this and that. It's like, okay, we get it. So stop doing that. And I'm telling y'all to stop doing that, but I know some of you all, you go keep doing that, which is why people are going to keep saying the mellow meters are crazy. Some of you all will get in the comments and say, well, I don't care what people think. That still is going to add more lighter fluid to the fire, and people are still, guess what, gonna think that your ass is crazy. And you don't know how to take criticism of somebody that you like. I see people make videos all the time about Nene Leakes. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Nene. I don't get in everybody's comments. I used to, but I had to check myself. Like, girl, they see it differently. You know, they're being more objective about, you know, some of her behavior. Now I get it. At the time, I didn't. Okay? And I would be in people's comments, you know, and sometimes we all do have a emotional response to this show, because sometimes it hits home, and, you know, it may hit home or something we may not have specifically healed from. I get it. I get being human, getting caught up in the moment every now and again. Not every time somebody makes a video, you feel like you need a whole storybook paragraph explaining this person's actions. Do not do that. Y'all are embarrassing yourselves when y'all do stuff like that. If you are explaining something to the YouTuber that said that they needed your help, like I said, that is different, okay? Dineva also talked about the people on Facebook and how they take Tisha'S side. The Tisha supporters are crazy as well. And, you know, they go back and forth with people. I told y'all, I be reading the comments from the Facebook group, and y'all hear how they talk about Mel. Like, it be like, are we watching the same show? It be just so many Martell supporters, honey. So many Tisha supporters. Yes, everybody has the right to like who they like, but to me, it don't make no sense. Okay? Like, it just be so much hate for one person. I don't understand it. Okay, so I see the hate in the Facebook groups, you know, that people have for Melody. I also see the hate, guys, from the cast. I can't help what I see. I am reacting to what I am looking at. I can see it and I can feel it. Okay? So Dineva also mentioned that Kiki ain't ish. Okay? Kiki ain't shit is what he said, okay? And his reasons for that is Kiki is Tisha'S cousin. That's not good enough, Dineva. That's not good enough. And you are known for saying, Dineva, you can't do wrong to a brother Tucker, okay? You can't do wrong to somebody and then tell them how mad to get. Does he or does he not say that, you guys? And that is what's going on with the whole Kiki and Tisha dynamic. Kiki does not owe Tisha all this loyalty because Tisha, for one, don't have it for Kiki in terms of her husband. Marsau has disrespected Kiki time and time again. I have yet to see Tisha take Kiki's side. Kiki's man had to stand up for her at that Bessemer little cookout that Miss Wanda had when Cousin Bernard, or is it Uncle Bernard? Y'all know he was there. And, you know, he kept coming at Marsau. Y'all remember that episode where Tisha'S whole family was there, T-Man, and was it another cousin of hers that was pregnant, getting a divorce? Marsau yelled at Kiki. He was nasty to her. So I know, and I could feel, even though I wasn't there, I believe he laughed about Kiki being on those pills. I could see him laughing. This is also the same man that doesn't answer questions directly, and he leads us on a scavenger hunt. So I have all of that bad behavior from him that I have seen with my own two eyes. And I can tell you, with just seeing that, I know he has disrespected Kiki behind the viewing audience's backs. If I can see how he spoke to her at that table and how he threatened to put all her stuff out there, okay? I know that man is capable of dogging Kiki, period. And Tisha never got up. She was sitting right next to Marsau. She never said, well, stop yelling. Stop talking to my cousin like that. Let's take this over here. She said nothing. Okay? She has this codependent, internalized, misogynistic way of supporting her man. Okay? Period. She don't give a damn about Kiki being blood. Her own mother has told her about suspicions that she has about her husband. She's dismissed that. She cries and gets mad, you know, that Marsau put her in these different positions and situations, but she always, goes back to following him and his beliefs, and she's on Marsau's side. Period. So Kiki don't owe her shit. I'm going to explain to you all about human behavior. In this life, there is accountability and responsibility. And Tisha lacks accountability and responsibility with her behavior towards Kiki. You can't always defend your husband, go against your cousin, and then think your cousin ain't gonna be over there with Mel gossiping about you, telling your damn business, because guess what? Quiet is kept. You doing the same shit with Destiny, who is Melody's old friend, who she saw like a sister. You're doing the same thing. Do not get in those comments talking about, but Destiny and Mel, they not really blood. They not really blood. Y'all need to quit holding on to those old sayings of the past of blood is thicker than water. No, blood is blood. And I'm here to tell y'all, because if you've been following me for any length of time, you would know some of the closest people to me have dogged me the worst. in my family. And I don't owe them nothing. I don't owe them no loyalty. You don't just give loyalty to people because they your family. It's all about how they treat you. Do they respect you? Do they protect you when other people are coming up against you? Tisha, what about your husband and how he has came up against Kiki? Now, Dineva also talked about, well, it's just so wrong that Kiki over there gossiping to Mel and telling Tisha's business. First off, Tisha lied. She has lied on the show to protect Marsau. She has made statements like, well, my husband ain't never cheated. I think we all objectively can see that that man, by the way he treats her now and all throughout the show, we all know that man has cheated, whether we can prove it or not. Okay? He ain't gotta just cheat with another person to dishonor you. He cheated on you when he went to Africa without you. He cheated on you when he couldn't get his ass up to say a few kind words about the woman that you is to him as his wife, the mother of his children. Okay? He cheated and disrespected you when he invited Melody on y'all date day at y'all place of business when it should have been a date night, and he don't invite anybody from the comeback group around y'all. Okay? Period. Especially not somebody that he knows you don't see it for. You don't like Mel. We get that. But you need to look at your husband, okay, and his behavior and how he be looking at Melody, okay? See, that's a conversation that Tisha don't want to have, because if she has to have that conversation, then she would have to admit that Marsau is not a perfect man after all, right? Dineva also touched on the fact that Mel's behavior towards Letitia is deplorable, it's disgusting, it's mean-spirited. She's going out of her way to prove that Marsau cheated on Tisha. I don't believe that. What it looks like to me, you guys, is I don't think that Dineva ever really cared for Mel like that, and he doesn't understand human behavior. He doesn't. Some may say, well, you know, he's gay and he's not a woman and he don't understand heterosexual relationships. Let me break it down to you. Tisha has been emotionally violent towards Melody Cherie. Yes, she has. She knew what she was saying and doing when she brought up to Mel on several occasions. Just go back and watch the show. That Martell was cheating on her. Everybody knew it. Yo, dumbass kept going back to him. You had a baby with him. That is being emotionally violent. Period. You didn't put your hands on me. You didn't choke me out, stomp me out. I didn't have to go to the hospital and get stitches. But damn it, you violated me. I'm going to tell you why it's a violation. It's a violation because they used to be friends. And whether you are friends with somebody or not, you should have a level of respect and decorum in which you relate to that person. Like I said before, why hasn't Kimmy thrown Martell's cheating in Melody's face? Because she's not jealous of Melody. Because she doesn't feel threatened by Melody. And the very bitch that does feel threatened by Melody felt the need to do that. This is why female friendships can become dangerous. Look at what happened to the girl Shanquella Robinson. Okay? Look at what happened to Mia and Jacqueline's friendship. Look at what happens where there's no boundaries. Because whether or not those two ladies are gonna end their friendship, there still should be some respect for when they were friends, right? You still shouldn't put all that person's dirty laundry out there, because at one point you was sitting right there with them, while they did all the dirt that they did. So why you putting the stuff out here now? Right? You did that to be petty, to be spiteful, okay? And to be mean. But when you get that energy back, it's, you should be above that. You shouldn't try to tear down Tisha and Marsau's marriage. Nobody's trying to tear down their marriage. Go back and watch season 1. You got Maurice saying to the Holts, y'all trying to... No, I think he said it specifically to Melody. You trying to tear her down. Why is Melody trying to tear this weak witch down when she speaks up for herself? If we get into a boxing ring, and not even just a boxing ring, if we get into a war of words and you're being nasty with me, guess what? I'm going to be nasty to you. That is human behavior. You say one thing to somebody to hurt their feelings, they go say something. You do something, they go do something. Okay? That's life. Tisha always plays the victim. Always cries wolf, always wants to turn into Little Red Riding Hood when Melody lay her ass out there and put her stuff out there. And the reason why Melody brought up all of that stuff at the reunion is because she was asked. Carlos King wanted clarity on what receipts Melody had on Marsau cheating on Tisha. Their marriage, if you're properly looking at the show, okay, and if you are a healthy person, you would see that cheating is not the only issue in that marriage. It's how badly he treats her. Shout out to Dustin, the guy that Carlos King interviewed on his show. I will be doing a review on his conversation with Carlos because he mentioned that as well. And Miss Robinson was like, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Tisha has stated several times, my man ain't cheated on me. He would never. That's what Martell did to you. When you say that, not once, but over and over, you tap dance, you double down on that, right? To the point where that's your anthem, okay? Remember, she said all of this to Melody. Melody got to back up. Okay, well, girl, you delusional, because Tisha has always made it look like, well, she's too good to be cheated on. Cheating is something she's never had to deal with. And, Marsau don't look at other women the way Martell has. And I say lies, birds of a feather flock together. Martell has something on Marsau. I think most of us can agree to that. If you properly watch the reunion, you could see that Martell has something on Marsau. He knows of the dirt that man has did. Melody also mentioned on one of her lives, it was Martell that brought up that Marsau had 20 girlfriends? Now that was probably an exaggeration, but he probably had him a little woman on the side or something when he first got with Tisha. Will we ever know? No, but I can tell because guess what? I look at human behavior. I can tell how your man interacts with you, how he treats you, how narcissistic he is, and he's all about himself in the marriage. That's kind of the number one way you kind of know a man could cheat, because they feel so well within their right to step out. Oh, I'm a man. How many times have we women heard that? I'm a man. You've heard it on Married to Medicine. Oh, it's different when a man cheat. They really describe men in a way of they can't control themselves. Okay? Men are visual. You know? You wasn't giving him what he wanted or needed, so, he had to do what he had to do. Yet there is this whole double standard when a woman steps out. And check out my book, What I Expect from Myself and Others. And I'll talk to you about when I cheated in the past. Okay? And we gonna put an end to all of this one-sidedness, which is abuse, which is only men cheat. Only men get bored in a relationship. Okay? We gonna put an end to that. Go check out the ebook. All right? Shameless plug. And ain't no shame in Miss Robinson's game. Okay? So, for him to, and I'm talking about Funky Dineva, for him to be like, well, Mel, she's just so hurt and bitter at how Martell did her, and, he had her embarrassed for several years. Okay, that some of that, it may be true she was embarrassed, for some of the years she was on this show, but look at what she was going through. What woman wouldn't be embarrassed? I'm married to this man. We took vows. I done had, 4 babies by him, and he is still stepping out with some woman, having sex with her, getting her pregnant. Like, that would hurt any woman's ego. That would break any woman's heart. That could break a person's spirit. Okay? We see Melody out here getting to the bag, several businesses, on her grind, taking care of her babies. She's dating. Okay? And I'm going to tell you like this. I don't think Tisha and the rest of that cast, I don't think they like her, understand that. And it's because of the facial expressions that was made at that reunion. I know what I'm looking at. Okay? Tisha is jealous of that. She's jealous that Mel got the strength to leave this narcissistic, controlling, deplorable man. Because she ain't got the guts. Do y'all think for one damn second that if she found out Marsau was cheating, you think she gonna leave? Hell no. Nah. And she's so quick at the reunion to be like, well, nothing has fell into my lap. You gonna have to show me more than a picture. Don't nobody gotta show you shit. We see how he treats you and you put up with it. And then you try to put on this strong, bold face at the reunion like your marriage is so perfect and put some respect on my marriage, all because it has lasted for 16 years. That ain't nothing. Longevity does not mean success. You are over there being abused, emotionally abused. And you too embarrassed to admit to it. Because you want to have a pissing contest with Melody and say, well, you just jealous your man was cheating and my man's still faithful and he's still with me. It's you. You are engaging in this fight with Melody. So hell yeah, she gonna pull your damn card and use your damn cousin to do it. She's well within her right. You over there with Destiny in hotel rooms talking about her. Yeah, Scorpio. I doubt that's all you said. You know that Destiny and Melody was like sisters. You over there getting tea from Destiny about Melody. So you can add to your claims. Now you mad that Melody is doing it with your family when you doing the same stuff she's doing. She don't owe her no loyalty. Melody don't owe Tisha no loyalty or Destiny, and Kiki for damn sure. Because when Kiki went up against Tisha'S husband, Tisha took that man's side. And don't get in my comments talking about, well, that's her husband, they got to stick together. No. Wrong is wrong. You don't yell and talk to a woman like that, especially a woman that's related to your wife. She's family. You probably did crack some jokes about her addiction at her expense. Well, all of Huntsville knew about. No, that's a cop-out. That's an excuse. That's a deflection. So your ass don't have to take responsibility and accountability for your behavior. But yet you get your ass at that reunion. Well, does Mel ever have any accountability? Nigga, do you? Because we always got to squeeze the damn truth out of you. You and Destiny, y'all got that in common. We got to squeeze storylines from her, feelings and emotions from Destiny. We got to do the same thing with Marsau, because Marsau likes to act like he's 10 years old and talking riddles and puzzles and play Carmen Sandiego with our brains. And his stupid brother defends it. This idiot, I'm going to do a separate video, Maurice, called out the YouTubers and tried to give certain YouTubers props and put certain ones down, okay? He don't like anybody saying the truth about him and his brother. Why? Because both them niggas lack responsibility and accountability for their behavior. They only want Martell to be accountable. The women on this show only want, guess what? Melody to be accountable. We'll just sit up here. We heard Kimmy say it. I'm going to just sit up here and enjoy the show. No, you need to step up too. All of y'all. I was here for Kimmy for what she said about Destiny. Because it's true. You need to step up with your storylines. With you and Jesus and whatever his name is. Girl, we're waiting. Stop gossiping about Melody. Y'all sit up here and you like to talk down about Melody, but you use her for storyline. Because you're not bold and brave enough to put your stuff out there. Okay? So I see what they do. Another thing about Dineva that I don't like, and I see other YouTubers that do it too, is these people love having relationships with people on these shows. We done seen Dineva on Married to Medicine. And don't get me wrong, I wish him all the success. I am very proud of him. But if you are so sick of reality TV, then you need to act like it and stop jumping your ass on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because you ain't got to go over there and play with them. You coming to their house. You want to be amongst the who's who. Admit to it. You are a clout chaser. You are. And then you try to play this game of, well, I'm sick of the show and I'm just so above the show and it's too ratchet and ghetto and all people do is just take up a melody all the time. Okay, who told you to what? Be on the own network talking about the show that you so sick of. Nobody told you to be on there. You did it to help your what? Career. Some of us, like myself, I don't have no interest in being on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Married to Medicine. I have no interest. And trust me, baby, if I had the interest, I could be on there. Okay? Well, you ain't got the following Dineva got. Guess what, baby? Bondi, what? She done been on Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's what she wants to do. That's fine. But guess what? If you don't see certain YouTubers trying to do certain stuff, That's because it's not in their values to do it. I'm not on YouTube to be on these reality shows. That's not what I'm on here for. Don't care about that. Don't care about being the most popular. All I know is I got a message and a story to tell, and I'm going to sit on my platform and do it. And either it's good enough or it's not. But I don't need to try to be on Fox Soul. I don't need to be, I don't need to try. That's not a goal of mine. So Dineva needs to get clear about, well, damn, do I, like being on these shows or, because there's no need for you to get in the middle of anything. You're not a part of the cast. You are choosing to interact with these people. Why? Because it helps your career. And people get to say, well, Dineva been over here. Dineva been over there. Dineva done did this. And then some of y'all will say, yeah, Michelle Brown, she just mad she ain't on these shows. That girl don't want to be on some of these shows. Stop thinking because you don't see people on stuff, they don't have the leverage to try to do it. Okay? Michelle Brown was hanging with some of the housewives. She hangs out with Nene. She the one that technically put him on. Okay? And he be on that platform trying to make it look like, oh, well, she just jealous of me and I'm the one that got all the money and that girl owns properties. Do you own properties and stuff? See, that's a different, let me quit. That's a different conversation, but people be killing me when they be like, well, such and such is just jealous of something. No. That lady, Michelle Brown, whether y'all like her or not, she's straight from the A. Okay, she been in the game a long time. Do I agree with everything Michelle Brown does as far as Funky Dineva is concerned? No, I don't. I do feel like she need to just stop talking about him. I do. I'll put that out there. But she had her experience with him. I can't take somebody's experience from them. I can't tell them what to talk about on a platform. So I'll say that. But quit saying that certain people are jealous. And no, don't do that, guys. I'm going to say one more thing about Marsau Scott. Marsau Scott does not answer questions directly and honestly. That's another reason why people are obsessed with the fact that he's cheating. And Tisha even talked to him, guys, on the show. Go back and watch it. I think it was because season 4, honey, has went on. We still on season 4. They filming season 5. But I believe it was one of the episodes in season 4 where Tisha sat him down. This is after they filmed with her family in Bessemer, right? She said, well, part of the reason why people don't believe the things that you say, Marsau, is because you don't never come out and answer questions directly and honestly. And I am put in a position where I am forced to defend my husband. Tisha said it out of her own mouth. She begged that man, could you stop doing that? That way, people don't get to forming all these different opinions about you and what you may be out here doing in these streets. Even a situation with Chris Fletcher where he was trying to act like he was with Chris Fletcher the whole day. Just tell the damn truth. Chris Fletcher said you was only with him for 2 hours. Okay? So the truth needs no proof. How you doing? So just stick to the truth, but that man don't do that. So he does this type of stuff, you guys, to himself. So I don't feel bad when people question that man about is he cheating on his wife. To me, I always told y'all, go back and listen to my commentary on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I have always told you all, it really don't even matter to me whether he's cheated or not. I could care less. I'm looking at how that man treat that woman, and I'm trying to figure out why Carlos King has not set Marsau down and had an intervention with him with how he treats his wife. But Tisha, I can't fully take up for you because you defend his behavior at that reunion. You question it all throughout the seasons, right? You question your marriage and, you want to go to therapy. He don't want to support you with that. That's another issue. And I really hope Carlos asked him about that on this third part. Why you don't want her to really see Dr. Francis? You want to know why? Because he doesn't want to be held accountable or responsible. He feels like Dr. Francis has a bias towards women. Why are you bringing sex into it? Why are you bringing up your wife's sex? That does not matter. When you go to therapy, they are there to assess you in an objective light. That way you can take accountability and responsibility for your actions. And because you are narcissistic, like some of these black men are, because guess what? Marsau and Martell, they not by themselves. Okay? They are not by themselves. And Maurice, you're really off. I would have preferred, Maurice, if you would have kept your comments about the YouTubers to yourself. That putting Color Me Pink down because of what she said about Martell and his wine. I call it incest wine too. We can make a joke about it. It's funny that y'all do all this joking about inappropriate things on the show. And it's also funny, Maurice, you thought it was okay before your wife was diagnosed with cancer. It was okay for you to treat her like a slave and think she's supposed to have sex with you 2 and 3 times a day just because you're breathing, nigga, just because you want it. It shouldn't have took cancer for you to be a better husband to your wife. Okay, and that's what it looks like. And guess what? You feel guilty about that. That's why you are speaking out. And I noticed he spoke out, you guys, against people that support Melody. And I believe Melody, and I believed her, you guys, when she said it. She said that Maurice said some slick stuff about her and Kimmy's friendship, and he shouldn't have any comments at all because he don't really know about their friendship, right? Maurice looked like all he care about is Martell. That's what it looked like. Okay? Because he is threatened by Melody and her personality and her go-getter attitude. That's how a lot of these narcissistic and toxic men, that's how they are, you guys. They are very threatened by a strong, independent woman that's sure of herself, that's confident. That's why a lot of them do what Martell did, which is what? Cheat. They cheat on you. Why? Let's break it down. To put doubts in your head so you can question and doubt yourself, get low self-esteem, be on that first floor with them. That way they could be the big man and take all the credit and not have to work hard on their character, values, morals, and integrity, right? They don't want to work on that. That's why a lot of your men, they don't want to go to therapy because they don't want to do the real work. And don't Miss Robinson know it, because I had a man that told me all the time, yeah, I just work so hard and my work ethic and I'm just this. You ain't shit. You's a raggedy, dusty, crusty nigga that has always tried to compete with me. Okay? That's what you are. I know what goes on behind closed doors because guess what? I'm paying attention. Okay, so that's why I can speak on this cash, you guys, because a lot of this stuff I have lived. That man that I'm talking about from deep in my past, he was raggedy. Raggedy, felt threatened by me. He would copy my ideas, take credit for it. Okay? Never give me props. Can't do stuff like that and think that somebody gonna respect you as a man. Women respect men that act like men. You can't be a man that act like a bitch. Okay? A lot of y'all got issues with transgenders and the gay community, but your behavior is questionable in itself. Okay? So you can't even talk about them. Because no man should ever be threatened by a woman. Because if you are, you just need to what? Step your game up and become more of a man that a woman would respect. You got to do your work and stop trying to take shortcuts and the easy way out. You got to stop trying to stand on a woman's self-esteem and bring her down. That way you can lift your weak ass up. Stop doing that cowardly shit. Go to therapy. Do your work. Take responsibility and accountability for your actions. Before I close, I want to say this. Tisha lacks accountability and responsibility for her behavior. Okay? This is all about human behavior. When you say something that's very hurtful, that's very mean-spirited to somebody, they're going to say or do something back. No one is immune from the trials and tribulations of life. Okay? I'm going to leave y'all with an Angie Stone lyric. She has some song from the past. I think it's that, it's a real pretty song. Y'all know that song, My Sunshine Has Come, okay? That song right there, she says something that stuck with me. The things you do, they come back to you. What goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. The things you do, they come back to you. So I said that to say this. Stop going around disrespecting people, trying to sabotage people, and don't you dare think they're not going to try to do something back to you. When you are a true adult and you understand human behavior, you won't be offended. If Tisha was a woman, she wouldn't be offended by what Kiki and Melody is doing, because she'll be like, you know what? Shit, I'm doing the same thing. How can I even be mad? That's a woman. A little girl does what? When you talk to kids, what do a kid do? He did it. I know, because I used to be a kid and I used to blame my brothers for everything. He did it. And guess what, honey? Miss Robinson would get them in trouble. My mother would be like, who did what? Child, my mother, you guys used to believe everything I said. When I was a little girl, I used to love it. They did it, Brandy. They ate that bread. Yep, they did it, mama. That's what a kid does. Okay? It takes an adult to say, you know what? I did this. I did that. I shouldn't have said that, because guess what? If I wouldn't have said and did all of that, I wouldn't be experiencing the hell that I'm going through right now. That's an adult. That's somebody that takes accountability and responsibility for their actions. But no, what a kid does is do what? What Letitia does. Act like a victim, point their fingers. Mel is just such a bad person. That is what y'all go see on the part 3. Okay? Hook-headed is one and the same. He's a big ass kid too. Okay? That's why I told Melody in my review, stop bragging about this big bag of nothing, which is what hook-headed is. Stop bragging about that. He ain't ish. Don't nobody care if he wants you. Shit. Okay? He ain't nothing. If you want to brag about a man that wants you, what about the man you with? Or Hill Harper? Or, you know, one of these other men that's out here in the world and we actually respect. Morris Chestnut, let's say if he wasn't married, you guys. I'm saying if he wasn't married. Throw a name like that out there. But this worthless piece of shiggity that you call an ex-husband, Girl, when you see Martell, you should see a burning house that you don't want to report to. Okay? That's why I told y'all it's not a badge of honor to say that a raggedy nigga from the first floor wants you. He's raggedy. He's for everybody, and anybody could get him. And guess what, men? When anybody can have you, you're not special anymore. Y'all thought that only applied to women, but it applies to you niggas too. How you doing? Okay? So, yeah, you go see Tisha on the part 3. Well, Mel is so horrible. Blame, blame, blame. No accountability. Well, yeah, I did say that. Or, yeah, I did do this. And I'm over here kind of doing the same. None of that. Miss Wanda, the same thing. You see a big-ass 60-year-old kid. Blame, blame, blame. Let me go hit Mel. I'm well within my right. I'm try to get her from behind. I'ma blame Martell for what he said about Sugar Mama's paternity. I'll blame him because after all, he was talking to Dr. Heavenly. That ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. You said that shiggity because you wanted to. Because you on the first floor. And you didn't have a good comeback. Okay? Period. And I know some of y'all like, well, you not hold Mel accountable. I do hold Mel accountable. You just got to check out when I hold her accountable. But when it comes to all of this, oh yeah, I'm with Melody because I'm watching everybody's behavior. Okay? So you guys, I am done talking about this. I done spent a little bit too much time on this. I will do another video on Maurice and what he said about the YouTubers. And to me, Maurice, you look bad. We already know, nigga, you's a liar. You don't take responsibility and accountability. You don't see certain behavior as cheating. We'll talk about that on the reunion. You don't, you have a lot of lack with you. Okay? You don't take no responsibility either. So I ain't trying to feature nothing you talking about. But yeah, you guys, Dineva needs to make a choice. If he go, kick it with the Huntsville people, kick it with them, but stop personalizing stuff. That stuff with Miss Wanda, that wasn't his fault. You already remember, I don't want to get too deep into it, but, that was a lot. I think something kind of happened when he went down there. If anything, he should be mad about that situation. But all of this, well, Mel just, she just want Tisha to hurt the way Martell hurt her. No. This is all about stop taking up for your nigga like he perfect and stop acting like you are above being cheated on when we see you being dogged out on the show all the time by your man. Okay? The same man that told you, I thought that you completed your degrees for fun. That don't sound like a man that respect her, that admire her. Okay? And it's a number of things, you guys, that he does to Tisha. It's not right. Am I Tisha's biggest fan? Not at all, guys. Y'all know I don't see it for Tisha like that. But I wouldn't want any woman being treated like that. That's just how I'm set up. I don't need to be Tisha's biggest fan. I don't need to be her biggest supporter. I don't like how he treats her. I think it's wrong. I think their marriage could be way more productive. It's old fashioned and, she was staying home with the kids. He was out working. I don't care about any of that because a lot of people had that set up. It's about supporting your wife, telling the truth, not putting her up against Mel. He's did that. And you know why he does that? Because he knows that Tisha hates Mel. And that's his way to passive aggressively get under Tisha's skin. Okay? And he also has a crush on Mel. I said it because I see it with my own two eyes. Okay, he admires Melody. Just admit it. A lot of these men do. They won't do that. They'll come out with the hate for Melody. Okay? So that's all I got to say about that, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next video.